Good evening everyone, and here we are back from holiday. Now I did make a video on my dad's F-35 model kit a while ago, and someone didn't like it because they said it was political, that I suggested that maybe the Russians weren't out of missiles, which unfortunately we now know is the case. So here is another video of the F-35. Now this is an Airfix model. My dad brought this all ready made. Someone has made it, painted it, and done what we think is a lovely job on the shading. So this is the F-35B, which is the one which is used by the United Kingdom, and has recently been famous, well, maybe not this exact aircraft, but this aircraft type, for being stranded in India for a period of time. To be honest, that could happen to pretty much any aircraft. Modern aircraft with a fault, they do often need specialised parts, and they're not always the easiest things to fix. Of course, the F-35 does have a specialised stealth coating, which from what I'm aware is quite susceptible to damage as well, so it has to be looked after and kept nicely maintained. I'm not a massive fan of the F-35. However, I have to admit that it is an extremely good looking aircraft, especially in RAF markings. Is it as good as my F-32s? Well, some say it is. Of course, it won the contract. The F-32 didn't. I personally prefer the F-32. I prefer the looks of the F-32, but then I like to be different. The F-35 is, of course, a well-regarded aircraft. Did the Israelis develop new stealthy conformal fuel tanks for it? We don't know. Does it normally operate with underwing pylons? Yes, it does, because that allows it to carry more weapons. Can it be cleaned up like this, just using the internal weapons for its ultimate low observability? Yes, it can. And this model is, like I said, the Airfix kit. It is absolutely deliciously painted, really nicely done, with light panel wash, which just brings out the F-35 panels. Now my dad didn't paint it, he did buy it as it was, and whoever has built this has done a lovely job. Seams have been perfectly done, and it just is a delightful little aircraft. Surprisingly, the F-35 and the F-32 are actually quite small aircraft, a lot smaller than the F-22 and a lot smaller than the Chinese FC-31, which is now, of course, the J-35. This has got the engine nozzle turned down and the fans open for the vertical takeoff, and the Royal Navy, RAF, whoever operates them off the carriers, Fleet Air Arm, British do like a rolling landing, as they do with a lot of these kind of aircraft, to allow them to bring back more weapons and fuel back on board rather than wasting it. Of course, the UK has now made the decision to buy 12 F-35As, which I think is a wise move. The B is more limited in terms of range and payload than the A, and of course the C has got heavier landing gear and the catapult arrangements. So yeah, a lovely kit. I hope this video is acceptable to more people. There you go. Ta-ra, ta-ra. Goodbye.